straight milk?
You were so excited. No, this is Midori. You know what Midori is?
Yeah, that green stuff. I used to drink it in high school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Midori.
When I was over 18.
Because they're going to listen to this and get you.
My parents.
I used to steal it from my dad's liquor cabinet all the time. And blame my
Dad loves his Midori.
And then they sent little brother to a rehab. And it was
This
me.
smells really good.
It was me the whole time.
Me the whole time, yeah.
It's Midori.
Ruined my brother's life.
Coconut rum, pineapple juice,
Oh, yum.
and heavy cream.
Did you just invent this?
No.
Okay.
But I've never had it.
Cheers. So it smells so good. It's got all the things that I like.
Episode 11.
Episode 11.
We're doing that, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
I'm talking over the top of it. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Sugar Facts.
Episode 11.
Cheers.
Damn it. I knew that was going to happen.
We spilt it on the phone. That's why we should be using Baby Jones.
Yeah, he's not fixed.
Oh, that is yum.
Not bad,
Coconut milk can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Should we start trying to get sponsored by coconut milk?
Well, I was hoping you had some good news.
The world's
I didn't want to push it.
Look, I'm laying the seeds, okay?
I was just sitting back waiting
I'm
for
laying
the good news.
the seeds. Right, social media report.
I noticed that
We're doing all right.
79 downloads or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I haven't checked it in a while. That's
what
heaps.
that means. Oh, did we decide cold custard or hot custard?
Cold.
Cold custard on the hot cobbler. You know what a cobbler is?
Yeah, crumble. Like an apple pie.
No.
Cool.
No, not
What the
not
fuck's
at
a
all.
cobbler?
It's fruit,
Yeah.
but there isn't a crust. There's not
There's
like
no crust.
It's not a bottom crust, and then the top is like a, as you say, crumble. Or
So it is like a pie.
pieces though. They're like cobblestones. It's
But
like
there's no
cobble.
sideways or bottom ways
No.
crust.
No,
All right. Sounds weird. Let's do it.
it's so
Where's
good.
your drink?
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, cool. I've
Cheers.
been waiting for you. Cheers. What's this?
This is a Taidong sunset.
All
All right, so the custard. What you're going to need is you're going to need your milk, your sugar, vanilla essence, flour,
Sugar,
where are
flour.
you? Butter, vanilla. God, I hope we have enough butter. So anyway, you got milk, sugar, vanilla essence. It's in like a store-bought vanilla essence bottle
Which would be your name?
in the refrigerator. It says vanilla essence. It's like a.
You're being smarter.
It's
It's not helping because I can't see it.
it's got a little red
Oh,
top to it.
it's on like the third shelf. So not where you keep any of your other essences.
Yeah, no, not on the essence shelf. You're right. My mistake. I'm so sorry.
If you wanted to make this less traumatizing for me, you haven't done that. Okay, and do I just put everything straight in the pot?
No. No, you don't.
That's insane. Why would I suggest that? Right. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to have a shot.
Okay, so also, I guess you might as well prepare this now. You can use that to put your 6 egg yolks in.
Oh, God. This is going to be... Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
It's
Love
happy
it.
fun baking. Happy buns.
Love
Happy
it.
fun baking
I just
with
want
Joe.
to bake every day.
Welcome to Happy Fun Baking with Joe.
Welcome. Today we'll be making fucked up custard.
And remember, no griping or grousing.
No griping and grousing in this kitchen.
This is Sunshine
What do
Kitchen.
I do with the whites?
Up to you.
Cool. I love that.
I love those ambiguous directions.
Here's a hot baking tip. Hot fun baking tip. Try to have as limited instructions as possible. Especially when you're making something for the first time.
Look,
And remember, keep smiling.
no grousing or griping.
No grass and no grabbing. Oh.
So you do not want even a trace of egg white in your yolk.
Okay. Also, make sure you get some of your instructions after the fact. You know what? I hate knowing things before I need to know them.
Oh, man.
I mean, what do I do if I've got
I'm not allowed to
I've
look.
got a significant trace of egg white
Well, you
in
can
here.
get rid of it.
With what, my face?
Spoon. And remember to smile.
And remember, no griping or gossip.
No griping or grousing at Happy Fun Kitchen. Because we can taste the smile.
Remember, the key ingredient is sunshine.
So yeah, get your egg yolks. I'm just preparing you for what's to come.
Sure. I'm going to deliberately put eggshell in this. Maliciously.
Yeah, oh. That's not fun.
No grabbing a grass.
It's not how
Everything's fun in this kitchen.
Even sabotage.
If it starts with S, it must mean sunshine.
If you get a tiny bit of egg white, it's not the end of the world. Okay.
Okay, if you say so. Oh, fuck me. I've done the same thing where I've forgotten how many I've done.
Well, you can see them, can't you?
No, they're all smashed up.
Did I tell you to smash them up?
What difference does it make?
I don't know. I'm just saying that you weren't instructed.
They've just been going in smashed. I think I know how many. Look, it's the same with the apple pie.
I mean, you know how many eggs you started with, minus 1 that we had the Midori sour with last week.
Plus 7 because it's Tuesday. And then times it by 10%. Simple.
That's exactly how many eggs you should have left.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. So the fun thing about baking, especially when you're separating eggs, is you cannot even have any egg white in the yolk bit.
No.
But don't you goddamn fucking dare get in the yolk and the egg white bit.
No, don't do that either.
That's what I love the most about separating eggs. It's such a high margin of error. Oh, this is the worst one.
Good. You've got your 6 egg yolks in a bowl. Okay, now, if you could, take a 1/4 cup of sugar.
Is your sugar already opened?
No.
A 1/4 cup of sugar?
A 1/4 cup of sugar. Pour that into the egg yolks.
You know what you've vastly improved on from the last time we did baking together?
Yeah.
Now you know the quantities of things. That's nice.
For this part.
It was going to get to the bit point where it's like, and now you want roughly the same weight as 3 decks of cards.
3 decks of cards in weight, in volume too.
Volume 2.
Measure out 3 mice babies. Wait.
Sorry, was that a 1/4?
That was a 1/4, yes. A 1/4 cup of that sugar.
That's cool. This cup doesn't have quarters on it.
I
It's
think
a half cup.
It's a half, exactly. That's way
cup.
more than.
So you don't want more sugar?
Not more sugar than I said I needed.
Forgot how much you
I
get
think that I would like a 1/4 cup of sugar. I mean, I know that's too much.
Yeah, but I wasn't done yet. It's not like I was about to pour it in. There you go.
Is that because we don't want it
It's a half of a half.
too sweet? Is that half of a half?
Oh my god.
No, Gripe and a Grouse.
You know what? Should I just put some salt in there just in case it's too sweet?
Oh my god. All right, yeah.
That's a half of a half.
If you say so.
Into the eggs.
Into the egg yolks.
Yeah. For those at home, we just made an ice where I pretended that I put it into the egg white.
It was shocking.
It was fucking funny.
Yeah. Okay, now what you want to do is
visual humor.
get your whisk.
Got it.
This part's gonna suck.
As opposed to no. What do you want me to whisk?
Whisk the sugar into the egg yolks until they become like a pale yellow. It's gonna take a long time.
Alright, so I better start doing my bit then.
While you're whisking that until it becomes a pale yellow, you're gonna need to put some force behind it too.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
Baking!
Yeah, but then we're gonna have a beautiful blueberry and blackberry apple pie. It's gonna be
really
fucking amazing.
So Brian, while I'm doing this,
Yeah,
you're gonna tell me your sugar facts.
Yeah, I got a real quick, easy one.
Okay.
Honey.
No, stop.
What?
Fucking stop. Before you go on.
Are you watching an instructional video on how to whisk egg yolks? I swear to God, you can't do that.
It's my sugar fact.
Oh, right.
Before you go on.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what baking makes me think of? Committing suicide.
No, Joe, don't do it.
Well, I'm not going to do it.
Are you going to kill someone else?
I have been reading about suicide this week.
Have you? That's
and
dark.
it is a dark topic. However, the more I read about it, the more I've been appreciating it from different angles.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciating was the wrong word.
You want to keep whispering.
Sorry, yes, sorry.
If you pause, you're going to ruin the whole thing.
God, this is so hard. Okay, so did you know that suicidology is actually
that is bullshit.
It's a thing. So suicidology
Really?
exists as a field of study.
Wow.
Once again, it's never been more applicable to my life than right now in this kitchen. So there's many points of study within suicidology.
How long? Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get a degree in suicidology?
Probably the same amount of time as any other arts degree.
Oh yeah? Why? It's not an arts. Is it an art?
Sociology, psychology,
Are they?
maybe. It's like kind of like a social studies thing.
Okay.
So
What's
it doesn't
the
just
rate?
study. Okay, can you again stop interrupting me?
Yeah.
B, stop asking me questions that
It's
I don't know the
interesting that you don't know the answer
answers
to these things. That's all. It's interesting. You said
is it interesting?
It's interesting because you said that you were getting
Every
so
time
into
you
it.
stop me,
Yeah.
I have to stop and then open my phone back up because the light goes off, okay? And I'm trying to whisk at the same time.
Yeah, and please
Do
continue
not make
whisking.
me myself. So within suicidology,
Yeah.
it's not just sort of studying death by suicide and attempted suicide, but also ideas of partial self-destruction,
Wow.
suicidal ideation, parasuicide. Do you know what parasuicide
That
is?
sounds amazing. Suicide by paragliding.
No, it's when you try. It's like when you try or you make a move to kill yourself, but you fail, but maybe you intentionally fail. So it's like
Isn't that just an attempt? Suicide attempt?
suicide attempts, but like maybe things like self-harm.
Oh.
So you're like it's like parasuicide.
That's not
like
ideation? No, I'm just... Look, it's a fuzzy definition.
saying. Now I understand why they don't take questions during TED Talks
Or during baking shows.
or baking shows. Yeah. Fucking Nigella never had to deal with any of this bullshit. Okay, anyway.
No idea what you're talking about, by the way.
So anyway, there
Go
is
on.
a study of suicidology, which I thought was very interesting.
It is.
There's also, I did a little bit of reading into the history of suicide. So do you know about forms of suicide in India?
Well, I know there's the one where the wives used to throw themselves on the funeral pyre.
Exactly. So there's this principle, and I'll get into it
There's
a bit
also
later.
a bleach one or an acid one where the mother-in-laws often would intentionally poison the brides
Yeah.
because they didn't like them.
Yeah.
Or because they didn't have
Well,
sons.
that's murder.
Yes, that's more like, yeah. That's
I guess that's not suicide. But thank you for your contribution. So in India, two forms of it's called altruistic suicide were practiced and are still practiced.
still
in
practice.
some
Is that the
areas.
funeral pyre one?
Yeah. So one, it's called Jawhar or Jahar. It's mass suicide. So this one is not what you've just said. So the other one, Jahar is mass suicide of women in a community when their menfolk suffer defeat in battle.
Gee.
So it's often because they're like fearing retribution, rape, enslavement, and obviously worse by enemy soldiers. That one still doesn't happen, I hope.
I don't think so.
I have not read about it. The other one is called Sati.
Satya.
Yeah, so the self-immolation of a widow on the funeral pyre of her husband.
That still happens, but less than it used to.
Right,
I would
in
imagine.
like remote, in specific areas, kind of thing. It could be for emotional reasons, or religious, or for anticipated economic destitution, especially if they were elderly. Or it could even just be like the family is pressuring her. Sorry.
No, I'm just. How's the color?
The family. It's not yellow yet. The family is like pressuring her to. There's probably nothing more inappropriate than a baking show that talks about suicide. Well, the family is like pressuring her because they want to like distribute the wealth of the widower.
Right, yeah. That's grim.
Yeah. So that's India.
Yeah.
Ancient Greece. There were several opinions about suicide. Full stop.
Oh, I thought you were
No.
waiting for me to tell you what
So
they
it
were.
was tolerated and lauded when committed by patricians. So generals and philosophers, when they killed themselves, it was like, Jaya, motherfucker. But it was condemned if it was committed by like a pleb or slaves.
Right. That's odd.
Yeah. I
Why?
guess it's like a classist thing. I think when philosophers do it, it's like, well, he must have achieved some kind of enlightenment to do something like that.
Okay.
When slaves do it, I can imagine
they're
it's
just
like,
trying to
fuck
get out of
that
work.
guy. Yeah,
They're just
that's
trying to
my
get a
property.
day off.
Like, can you imagine if your like table just broke? You get kind of mad at the table.
Fucking table.
Yeah. So I guess it's that times 100
Slacker.
if you're a suicide. If you're a
Right.
slave, commit suicide.
I think the trick to this to get it to that pale yellow color is you really get into it. Like you really got to get like elbow, full on.
Why don't you do it?
No, it's your thing, man.
I'm busy. Busy talking about stuff that I want. See, this is the history of gender relations right here.
It just happened to be that way.
Where it's like, I really want to learn. I want to
Right. And I'm like,
expand my brain.
finish
and
the
get
fucking,
in the
beat those
kitchen.
eggs. Beat those eggs.
This is literally microcosm of my people.
You saved the learning for me, sweetie. All right.
That's exactly what's happening right now.
I'm hungry. I've had a long day of
A
thinking.
long day of doing stuff in the garage. What are the boys gonna say when they see that I'm going hungry because my lady's learning?
You let your lady have access to the internet?
What are you thinking?
All right. Well, tell me more. While
Okay,
still
good?
whisking.
Okay, right, great. So now this is also why women get accused of being highly strung and stressed out.
She's so
Right?
crazy, man.
She's so crazy, man. She's just always talking about how stressed she is. She's stressed.
I don't
I've
get
got a
it.
job from 9 to 5, and I only
Also-
get to rest all the other hours.
Also, and I don't, whatever, women's living, all that shit, but I don't, I'm like out of a drink is all I'm saying. I'm just saying it's empty. I'm just saying
Oh my God.
I'm just saying the glass is empty.
Okay, all right. Well, you could also say that it's also full of air. So,
I'm kidding. Oh my God.
I'm gonna
totally
make it
kidding.
now.
I'm totally kidding.
you need a drink though.
I do,
Especially
but
you need a
I could
handicap
just make
drink.
my own drink. I'm gonna make my own
No,
drink.
you can't because I'm behind the bar. That's not how it works.
That's true.
Max, keep all this squabbling in. I'm sure it's excellent content for our listeners.
I love it.
So one of the many philosophers, we're getting there. We're getting close to yellow.
Pale yellow though. It's gotta be
Yeah,
pale.
we're making progress as always.
Almost like an ivory.
Right. I'm glad you're sitting down.
Is there a setting? I know this is so great. This is honestly the most fun I've ever had doing this. I'm. You know what? I don't even know why
Your
I have
laptop's
this on.
open?
I don't need
Yeah,
it.
you can just sit there and just listen to me try and do two things at once.
No, it's exactly how I thought it was going to be.
So one of the many philosophers who developed an opinion on suicide was Socrates.
Oh,
So
famous for?
Famous for dying by suicide.
I don't think
So
that actually.
It wasn't actually true. I know. I'm getting to it. So he eventually says of suicide, a man who is one of the gods' possessions should not kill himself unless the gods send some compulsion upon him as he sends compulsion on us at present. So what does that mean, Ryan?
That means don't kill yourself because you belong to God, unless you have this weird desire to actually kill
Kill yourself, because that's probably from the gods.
and then go ahead and do it.
But it's the gods.
Gods.
The gods.
But don't you think it'd be much
telling
more
you.
fun to have worshipped multiple gods? I just think that
No.
it would be much more
Stressful.
interesting. No, because then you get to sort of choose. It's almost like in D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, you get to choose, but that's not normally how it works. You end up having to appease all of them. You don't get to choose like just the one.
Oh, you can't just be like, I'm gonna worship the god of sunflowers.
Yeah, no, and it's like, well, because you've neglected the god of dirt, then your house burnt down.
Oh, really? So that's just extra work then. Oh,
Yeah,
I get
you
it.
just got more gods.
Oh, I thought you just get to pick like a class.
No, it's like it becomes like the theories where you like, when something bad happens to you, people are like it's probably because you didn't appease the god of lambs.
Yeah, I got it.
And you're like, fuck, I totally forgot about the god of lambs. I was busy with the god of milk and the god of olives. Okay, can I get back to it?
Please.
Slowly.
Is there a setting on that phone where the light just stays on?
Probably, but I don't know how to do it. So anyway, so do you know the story of Socrates' death?
Well, I know it's about the hemlock and that he was forced to do that because he was corrupting the minds of the youth.
That's correct, and he wasn't believing in the gods of the city
Okay.
of Athens.
I did not. I don't think I knew that part.
But like basically that was kind of it. He was like a bit too much of a rad, and so he had to drink poison.
Right.
But basically he had the chance to escape.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
his friends could have bribed the guards. He could have escaped, but he didn't. And so it was kind of like, well, then did he commit suicide by drinking the hemlock? That's like the controversy about it. Textbook. So Plato himself also had an opinion about suicide.
Yeah.
So his quote is, "What ought a man to suffer if he kills that which is most truly his own. That is, if he takes his own life. What's that?
How are you doing there? I think
It's not really...
you know what? That's perfect.
You're just saying that because you want me to be done.
No. That's perfect. Like, there's a point where it just becomes pedantic.
Okay.
It's fine. Okay, so
now I suddenly care more than I ever have.
well, you've
Now
invested
they're like
a
you're
lot.
taking it away from me. I'm like, no.
We're not gonna, we can get it to that pale yellow.
I can do better. Just give me 1 minute.
Damn it. See, this is where a video would really be good. Joe's just frantically flailing that whisk around the bowl.
I care. I suddenly
Beads
care.
of sweat on her brow.
I suddenly care. I have not cared until now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Couple more
And
whisks.
just a little bit more elbow grease.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're almost done. I'm not even whisking anymore. I'm just stirring.
It's not even hitting the yolk anymore.
Yeah.
Perfect. See?
No, it's not. Anyway, what do you want me to do with
All right,
this?
set that aside.
On fire or dessert?
And now in this one,
Yep. And this hot cooker thing.
you know what? I know you're going through some hard times here with this custard, but it's and the ice, but it's but it's all gonna be worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Do you like blueberries?
Yeah.
Do you like
I
blackberries?
love all of the things that you've described, and I think it's going to be delicious.
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be good. We're making a blueberry cobbler. I know I might have mentioned that earlier. I'm just so excited. Thank you so much for the drink.
My pleasure.
I think that's enough. Yeah. Probably
A
enough.
full entire glass of
Jesus
rum.
fucking Christ,
That's how much
man.
gin you gave me the other day.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yes,
So, if you could,
how much of what?
pour 2 cups of milk into that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
A quarter cup of sugar. Okay, here's a little...
I really wish you told me about sugar first.
No, fun baking trick. You're about to learn a fun baking trick.
Cool trick. Do your wets and then your dries so that your dries stick to the cup. Just like my sunshiny rainbows will stick to your brain.
A teaspoon of vanilla essence poured into the mixing cup. Swirl it around. Get all that sugar off,
Wait,
and
the
then pour
hot
it in.
mixing cup? Oh.
There is no hot mix.
Oh my god, that's...
That is nothing. What is that? Is that a teaspoon? What are you doing? Is that a measuring spoon? What are you doing? I brought measuring spoons. It's total chaos here.
I'm on it.
Joe
Sorry.
just used a regular goddamn spoon.
Okay, it's
ruined
going
the
to
whole-
be very vanilla-y.
Swirl that all up so you get all that sugar that
It's
you're...
my fucking baking tip. I should have done the sugar first.
But now
You're
you've
just
got
trying to
vanilla
save it.
infused sugar
I was
grains.
going to do all that before. Alright. I don't even know why I care. Let's just get this over and goddamn done with. No,
Damn
I'm
it.
kidding.
You know what?
Wow, that fun baking trick, right? So full of shit.
That's how they do it in the big restaurants, Joe.
Ugh.
You
Alright.
watch different kinds of cooking
Sugar just
shows.
stuck to the cup. Anyway, I should have done the milk last. God damn it.
True.
All right.
I was just reading it in order. I do things alphabetically.
Are you dyslexic?
No.
Nice.
On.
Funny.
That was pretty funny.
No.
Ha ha, people with dyslexia, you don't know how to read.
On. Yes. Okay, now what?
Heat that shit up. Medium heat if you can.
Am I heating it to a boil?
Just at the point when it's about to.
Right, so when I see bubbles, it's too late.
Wow, yeah. So while you're waiting for that, very quickly, very, 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 very quickly,
Yeah.
add some flour and salt into your egg yolk mix.
How much flour and salt?
Let's start with 3 tablespoons.
Flour and salt?
No, 3 tablespoons of flour and 3 tablespoons.
Is your flour already open?
Yeah, one of them is. So 3 tablespoons of flour to the
Into
egg
the
yolk. Egg yolk. And then a pinch of salt.
And then how many tablespoons of salt?
1 pinch of salt. Human pinch.
Human adult. Adult or child?
Adult.
I
3.
think I can remember that. 3 pinches of child salt.
God, you know what? If you're not going to take it seriously, then maybe we just Maybe we just won't do these special event episodes. You know what I mean?
I'm starting to get in that same vibe I was on Saturday where I think I'm like the world's funniest person. Okay.
And a pinch.
Salt.
A pinch. Yeah. Don't. What are you doing? You see what happens when you try to be a smart ass.
I put it in the wrong one.
It's okay. They're all going in to be combined anyway.
I figured
it's
that.
Fine. Okay, then
Do I mix?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Whoa, what happened?
Hot. I've just been having that sitting right near the heat.
Oh. Hey, fun baking tip.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah? You know what my fun baking tip is? Don't try and give a podcast lecture at the same time as baking.
Well, whose fault is that? Okay.
Do you want me to start talking about Play-Doh again?
No, yeah, while you're doing this, please. But make sure that this doesn't burn. You know what? You gotta stir.
It's on really low heat.
You gotta stir that stuff up. Like constantly stir it. Don't stop stirring that.
Do I keep whisking this?
Yeah, gotta keep whisking that too.
This doesn't seem
This
right.
is good. That's how you bake. And read the goddamn.
seems
What
wrong.
about Plato? How old was Plato when he died?
Okay, so anyway, now I'm on to Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Joe is mixing two things at
Play-Doh?
once. It's amazing.
He did think in certain situations suicide was acceptable. So Aristotle also believed that suicide was agreeable in some circumstances.
Aristotle, you say?
Mm-hmm. So he felt that, so on the one hand, he felt that taking one's own life to avoid poverty or desire or pain is unmanly or rather cowardly. But he did feel it was acceptable if the state ordered it. So Socrates killing himself with the hemlock, that's fine because the state has ordered him to do it. So that was Greece. That's like Greece to a T.
So
God, that smells good.
Yeah, I bet it does. Is it just about to boil?
I mean, how do I know? How do I do this? Do you want me to put my finger in it?
You could. Yeah, dip a finger in there.
It's hot.
But is it too hot to keep your finger? Keep your finger in as long as you can.
No, it's out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, turn it off.
Cool. That was a really fun experiment. I love baking. Yeah, keep your finger in that boiling hot liquid as long as you can.
No griping, no grousing.
No grabbing, no grousing on this kitchen.
Now what I'd like is if you could take 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter and put that in with the eggs.
Which eggs? There's 2 bowls of eggs.
Is there? Are there?
Yes.
Can you explain where the 2 bowls
No,
are?
there's not. There's not. So suicide, so basically church elders in early Christianity were like kind of scared because people like sort of just fucking killing themselves, but also they like wanted to be martyrs and it was this whole thing. So they were kind of like, right, we need to like put a stop to this.
Yeah.
So they decided to introduce a deterrent. So they said that it's a crime because it means you can't repent. Mm-hmm. It's a sin that you can't repent from. That's how suicide became like a sin.
You can't repent as a ghost.
Right, exactly.
Why not?
Well, you can only do it in life, apparently.
That's very, very pedantic.
Oh God! I mean, have you met the Christian church?
Yeah.
Especially pre-Protestantism, the Catholics are pedantic as fuck. Oh my God! I'm gonna get hate mail. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna get hate mail.
You fuckers.
God damn it, guys!
GDCs.
How obvious do we have to make it that we want mail from you?
Someone write us a goddamn letter. No, because now the next step is dribble a little bit of that hot mix into the yolk mix.
Okay.
And then stir like it's the end of days.
A little is not very specific. Stir like it's the end of days.
Yeah, stir like it's the end of days.
Speaking of the end of the days,
yes.
the Catholics.
Yes.
So
my people, shout out.
Yeah. So you couldn't repent, and it violated. They said it violated the 6th commandment, which is "Thou shalt not kill." At the same time, Saint Thomas Aquinas, you know that guy?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Famous saint.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said suicide is a mortal sin because it disrupts God's power over man's life and death. But there's nothing in the Bible that says that suicide is a sin. So I'm saying all of this not because I think, suicide's cool. I'm just trying to
I hope you're not saying that, Joe.
No, I'm not.
I really hope you're not because, for a second there.
But the point I'm trying to make is that the reason we think suicide is negative is it's a learned behavior.
That it's negative?
We have learned.
I think it's because we are sad when people kill themselves.
Yes, of course.
And that's a negative emotion.
Right.
I don't think that's...
But that...
Stop crying, Jimmy. Your dad is gone. Where did you learn that?
Where did you learn that it sucks that your dad's gone? No, I know all of those things.
Wow.
God, you always accuse me of being worse than I am. I am trying to unpack our attitude to suicide, and there is history.
So wait,
there.
so now suicide is cool, and we should all just get over
Joe.
it? What?
Max, don't cut out the things that I said before. Don't let Brian put that on the record. So this Christian belief of suicide took hold, and for many hundreds of years has played an important part of the Western
You put the
view.
rest in, actually.
Okay. Has played an important part in the Western view of suicide.
And then you're going to put... There's some stuff
It really fucks up the suicide chat when you keep talking about this goddamn custard. Can I do one more fucking sentence?
kill myself if you don't follow the instructions.
Oh, what? And now,
Okay,
put this on heat.
Yes.
Cool.
It's low heat, stir until it's a thickness that you think is a cool thickness.
A custard. All right, I'll get back to it, shall I?
Yeah.
So over the past 200 years, the main focus of suicide, though, has moved from accusations that it's a sin toward an effort of compassion, understanding, and prevention. So this is how our attitudes have evolved.
Is that thick? I'm so sorry, but is that...
It's not thick right now. Yeah, it's just gone on heat.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm not even done with my context yet. How is it going to be when I start to talk about my actual fucking story?
But then you're going to be doing the baking part, and that'll be
great. That'll be amazing.
But this is the harder part. Well, there's that other.
It's so inappropriate that we're baking at the same time as talking about.
I don't know why you keep saying that. It's not as if people haven't killed themselves while baking.
Oh my god! Don't make that joke.
That's not a good one.
Okay, so do you have any questions about the history of suicide and our attitudes toward it?
I do. I have a few.
Okay, hit me.
So I noticed that you tended to focus on the Judeo-Christian sort of tradition.
Yeah, I did.
You touched on India.
Yeah, but I haven't done anything about like Japanese suicide.
No, I'm wondering why.
Because I'm a racist, Brian.
Oh my god.
I was trying to explain yours and my attitude to suicide.
You don't know where I'm from.
You've talked about it nonstop. Okay, everyone knows you're Hawaiian. We've known about it 100 times. Oh my god,
did I mention that? Well, there's a strong, actually, Japanese influence on
true.
Hawaiian
Are you talking about
culture.
the influence of the bombs during Pearl
Oh,
Harbor?
Jesus.
Wow, I went there.
You did go there.
Okay, do you want to talk about some other kinds of attitudes?
I mean, I know there was that suicide forest in Japan. Have you heard about that?
What, where people go into the forest to kill themselves?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that just a horror movie? Is it a real
No,
forest?
it's a real thing.
Oh,
in fact, there was a guy that spends most of his time
saving people.
Yeah, in that forest.
Wow.
And then there's...
So he's not a stoic, is he?
No. No,
See
he's
what
not.
I did there?
I like that. That was good.
Yeah.
It's funny, too, because I forgot that you would talk about that. Because one of us cares a little bit more about this goddamn cobbler than the other.
You weren't even listening to that bit. It's not thick yet. I know you're going to ask. It's not thick yet.
Okay, here's what's going to happen.
So Japanese suicide forest.
That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I know.
But then also, it's similar themes.
Oh, you got to let it boil.
Oh, okay.
But stir it constantly. Don't stop.
Jesus Christ. So it's similar themes of... This could not be more perfect. This could not be more sugar facts.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's similar themes, though, of
but like
pride or so in India when women kill themselves on their funeral pyre, and it's like, it's on the husband's funeral pyre.
I mean, that one is just...
That's pretty... It's fucked up, but it's ideas of like pride or shame or whatever.
You don't think it's just social pressure?
No,
like,
of course it's that.
Get
they
on that
say
pyre.
That. Yeah, but it's also because it's very convenient. It's a very expedient way of not having.
Don't you feel like most of them
look
are
after widows?
Dragged there, kicking and
Yeah,
screaming?
of course. It's
right?
said to be, oh well, this is something you do because you care and you're going to miss your husband.
Right? Like, no, you know what? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Thank you.
I like my kids. We're gonna, you know what? We'll pull through this.
But like, so it's the same thing, like Japanese suicide with the samurai swords.
Oh, Mishima.
Oh, good. Is that true? You just pulled that out of nowhere. It's not Mishima. That doesn't sound right.
Mishima is a writer, a famous Japanese writer.
All this shit.
No, he totally is.
Yeah, but
it's seppuku.
Seppuku. Okay,
but Mishima was he did it in public. He was like, I think he won the Nobel Prize for Literature, actually.
Because
Yukio
of
Mishima.
his suicide?
You think that's how they award the Nobel Peace Prize or the Prize for Literature? Once again, this year, no one wins.
Guys, you gotta have the balls if you want to go for it.
Maybe we should lower the bar a little bit. No, fuck that. If they're serious about it.
Public suicide. So why did he kill himself with this sword?
I think he wanted I think he was sort of pissed off about the end of World War II and felt that Japan should remilitarize.
Okay.
He was a big time like nationalist and emperor-loving dude.
Okay. No.
Do not stop stirring. Because then you're going to burn it.
Really boil without stirring. Okay.
Because you don't want it to, and you want to...
It's definitely not boiling yet.
Okay. And you want to make sure that you're scraping all the edges and the bottom. Like, you're not leaving any... Nothing should burn.
It's like the lowest heat.
Unless you like...
It's the lowest heat. I don't think it could burn.
Oh, you can turn the heat up. Who told you to keep it on such low heat?
You did.
Yeah, for
check the
phase one. Phase one. We're on phase 16 now.
God. So anyway, did you finish the story about the Japanese guy?
The Japanese guy, Mishima?
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm somewhat literate.
Do you read books?
Mission accomplished.
That's amazing. You read books.
Yeah, I know.
So amazing. Okay. One last piece of theory. A Jewish sociologist in France. Mm-hmm. That's really hard to say, those three words.
A Jewish sociologist in France. You're right, it is.
Very cool.
No. I mean, I had a hard time with it.
You're being sarcastic. Emile Durkheim. It's actually starting to smell like it's done.
God, it smells great. You guys can't smell it, but it smells
so
right? It smells fucking good. You just might have
I'm just going to have to cook it a bit
Cook
more.
it a tiny bit more.
No.
I will be doing no more cooking.
I will not be doing that because it is perfect the way that it is.
Okay.
Should I now put it in the fridge?
So put it in the fridge, and then in 3 minutes, take it back out for 4 minutes, and then put it back in the fridge for a minute and a half.
Funny. Very fucking funny. All right, what do I do?
While that's chilling, I think you need another drink.
Yeah, I want that.
I want that.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Okay, so preheat the damn oven. 180. Make sure there's nothing in there.
Okay, oven preheated. Next.
Okay, get that baking dish. That's a bag of sugar.
I know, I'm clearing. I'm clearing the baking dish. You piece of
shit. You GDC.
You GDC.
Can we make that? I hope that becomes a thing.
Me too.
Clean it. Yeah, definitely clean it.
So get the butter out of the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it!
Jesus Christ, when does this end?
Oh my God, I feel like I've done a marathon just walking between one and the other.
Don't use all the butter though, because we're gonna, need some butter for the goddamn dish.
Could you have said that with any more panic?
I'm worried that you're gonna use. Okay, that's enough. Jesus.
You say Jesus. I should say Jesus. I'm freaking the fuck out.
I could say
I got a mosquito bite on my butt. So I'm literally
that's the thing.
The chef that's itching her butt.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
All
right, next step.
Tip the blueberries and the blackberries into that baking dish. Okay. You're going to mix them all up. Oh, don't use your ass fingers either.
This is my non-ass fingers.
Oh, okay, good. These are my... Oh, good.
Good.
That was... fucking hilarious. These are my non-ass fingers.
My non-ass fingers. God. Oh, Max, I really appreciate the butt stuff. Can I have one of those? This. Yep.
Are they sufficiently mixed up to your satisfaction?
Yeah. It's going to be a blackberry heavy dish.
It's your dish.
Right. And obviously these are going to be put into a drink later.
Oh my God. Blackberry somethings. I can't think of what.
Oh my God.
You're so right. Should we do that now?
So the berries are in the thing.
Is there a way that you can take whatever's in that blender, take it out, and then clean and dry the blender? Is there a way to do that? No, but no.
Do I have to clean and dry it?
Yeah, you have to, because I need caster sugar, and the only way to make caster sugar is by putting normal sugar in a blender and blending it. And I need it. We need it for the recipe. But don't do anything crazy. No, what are you doing?
No.
Oh yeah, do that.
Right?
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
But will it make it too soggy? Actually, to be honest, it's like... Sorry. I was like...
I'm so sorry. You need to clean the blender and make it bone dry, like bone dry. Honestly, there can't be a trace of moisture in there. No, but there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it.
How do we make this bone dry?
You just put it on. You just turn it on, and I don't know. That's my theory. And then the wind will dry it out. The blender wind. The natural blender wind.
It's a blender wind. It's a blade of the blade. That's done nothing.
Oh, is that true?
Yes, dude.
I thought the blender wind would have. That's amazing. All right.
It's a fan.
Tissue.
Thank you so much. This is what I was going to do first. Tissue. Hot tip.
What was it? No grimacing, no grousing.
No grimacing, no grouching. We love this shit.
Have some more of it.
Blender wind. Get in on that blackberry.
That's amazing that blender wind didn't work. Yeah, I feel like it is. Because that's how tornadoes start.
You're going. I'm not
wanna-
going to say anything because I think you're the real winner here. Bone dry.
Is it?
Traces.
Is it?
Traces of tissue.
Oh. Are we stupid?
Literally the dumbest people in the world.
Is it possible that we are just
we think we're smart and everyone
morons?
is like, oh my god.
Do you want to tell them or should I? Should we tell them as a group?
Or should we just let them just be happy for a bit? Okay,
Is it intervention time? All right.
How much?
You're going to hate me. You're going to hate me.
I swear to God, if it's 7 unicorns.
It's 50 grams.
You were right about the hating.
Yep. CCs and GGs are the same.
Of different things.
It doesn't matter. It's not an
sugar.
exact.
Sugar
It's
is
not
not
an
the
exact
same.
thing. It's not an
Sugar's
exact
not the
thing.
same weight as a blasberry as is a
A blasberry. A blasberry.
I'm already quite drunk. Okay?
Yeah. I know, but there's no more drinking after the blasberry.
You know, that's just the blasberry on top.
That's the blasberry on top of the Monday. It's called a Sunday. Oh, can you zest a lemon, please?
Oh, you mean this whole lemon?
Yeah, exactly.
I did not know that we had yellow lemons in this country.
Yeah.
I've been just treating limes as lemons.
No, they're different.
No, I know they're different, thank you.
That's a plate. Is there a way you can find a bowl? I'm gonna have to insist. I'm going to have to insist.
I'm going to do it here.
Okay.
Where's that tiny little grater?
I think it's in the second collection of nonsense over there. Got it.
So
Good
it just
job.
says the whole lemon?
Yep.
How much is...
How much of an asshole am I?
How much do you want me to do?
The whole lemon.
It's going to take me forever. This thing is tiny.
That's contradictory. That's contradictory.
No, this thing...
Oh, the grater is tiny. I thought you said the lemon is tiny.
Look at what I've just done. Look how long it took me just to do
Well,
that.
stop pausing every 2 seconds to show me your progress. That'll shave off a lot of time.
My God! Why didn't you buy a bag of lemon zest?
They don't sell that. You know that. Baking with
So
Joe.
much. And it doesn't do anything. This grater is tiny and nothing's coming out.
Baking with Joe.
Nothing is coming out.
Such a pleasant time, and so much more to go. Baking with Joe.
Fucking damn, fucking fuck this.
Having fun on the go. Baking here and there.
No,
Baking
honestly, no joke. It's not.
Everywhere. Baking with Joe. She doesn't know where to go.
How essential is the zest?
It's really important. Because you know why? It's going to brighten our berries.
That's the whole reason I'm doing this?
Yeah.
Fuck that!
I don't want bright berries. I want depressed, sad berries. I don't think so. You want bright, zesty berries. Try different angles. Try different sides.
I'm working on it.
I'm just saying.
This thing. Why did you just get a normal size grater?
Baking with Joe.
So dumb.
Baking in the snow. Baking anywhere you wanna go. No grousing, no grimacing.
Well, the exception, if you read the fine print, is fucking zesting a lemon with a finger-sized grater.
Well, look, just do it, alright? Shut the fuck up and goddamn grate the zested lemon. Jeez. You got me all flustered. Baking with Joe.
Get some new fucking lyrics if you're gonna sing on zest. Oh my god! I don't even think I've done half a teaspoon.
If you stop talking and more zesting. Less talking, more zesting.
Oh my god! I haven't been this stressed. This is like fucking track.
You know, here's literally, when they wrote this, I'm sure they didn't anticipate such a high degree of fucking stress.
I'm sure they thought that the person making the thing had a normal sized grater.
I thought you said it was cute a couple weeks ago. You're like,
it's so cute.
Well, there you go.
It's cute if you're like zesting a teensy little drink-sized bit of lemon.
All right, I got to describe this. Joe's hunched over the freezer lid. She's got a bowl, and she's got, admittedly, a small grater. Admittedly, a rather small little grater. Tiny. And a full-size lemon. Full-sized,
I'm taking a photo of this later.
Yeah. And she's loving it. She's loving every second of it. Here's the thing. When we're done, it's going to be worth it. Do you feel like you've got a fair amount of zest in there at this point?
No, Brian.
Can I see it? Can I see it? Can I see it? I'll help you out. Oh God, come on, a little bit more. Like, put your fucking
do I look like I'm slacking off Adam?
heart into it, man. Doing a great job.
No, I'm not.
Don't undervalue your efforts.
I have so much sweat. I've got sweat under my eyelids.
I think that's just eyeball juice.
Tears?
Yeah. Oh, tears.
I'm hating this experience so much that I'm just crying.
Tears?
Tears.
I punched Jenny in the face. She's got eyeball juice, teacher. Those are tears, you psychopath.
Insane person. All right, you know what? That's going to have to do it. Can that be enough?
It smells so good. Yeah, you know what? Let's call it. I'll call it.
Thank you.
No.
Thanks.
The last time I called it, you got all, like, you had, like, a second wind, and you were like, no, we're going to finish this till the end. This time, no?
No. So you're just manipulative?
I'm not. I'm just curious. It's very interesting.
No, because this is so much less fun than we
All right. Well, now we've identified your strengths. All right. Chuck that. We don't need that ever again. To zest, I mean.
Take a photo of that later. What?
That was just a joke. Ha ha, got you. No. Cut the lemon and squeeze all the juice in there. To be honest, the zest is just purely aesthetic at this point. God damn motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Fucking blackberry cobbler bullshit.
Lemon juice in my fucking fingers in my fucking eye.
You know what, though? When you taste those bright berries, you're going to be so happy. Okay. How you feeling?
Tired. Like the wind has just blown completely out of my sails.
You know what? Take a break and have some blackberry.
No, because what I want is to get this in the oven so I can be soon close to eating it.
Oh, that's true. Can you chuck the sugar that you blended,
Yep.
the lemon zest, and the juice that you just zested and juiced into the berries? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just asked if I should mix it, and you're like, it doesn't really matter.
Here's what I'm saying. I'll say it again.
Mix the sugar into the lemon. Pour the lemon and sugar mix over the berries.
Yeah. Okay. Also plus a tablespoon of flour.
Didn't I already put flour in somewhere?
Yep, that was a long time ago. That was hours ago.
Oh my god, it feels like it.
It's gonna be so fucking good. I can't wait. I can't wait for the moment when you acknowledge that this was all worth it. You're doing a great job, by the way. Don't let the particular moment that you're in, you know what I mean, like throw you off track to the end goal. Life is a succession of setbacks and but also don't throw the measuring spoons.
I'm sorry.
All right, let me say that again because it was going to be good. Life is a succession of setbacks
Let me get back into it because that was something really
seemingly, random, chaotic, unrelated events. But actually, if you step back and you can look back and you can see there's a pattern to everything. And what is the name of that pattern, Joe?
The golden fly effect.
Nope. But nice try, though. Nice try. And I applaud you still being in this conversation. Okay, and now...
Well, you said only, which made me think I'd done something wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if
yes, I will read
the
into every
syntax of my sentence has freaked you out.
Freaked me out. All right, now what?
Well, I'm not done.
Makes
and
sense.
so if you step back and you see the broader pattern, you'll see that life ultimately, always, inevitably, and inexorably leads to one end.
Great vocab.
Which is blackberry cobbler with homemade custard.
Blackberry cobbler with homemade custard. With
accompanied with a blackberry
daiquiri.
goddamn daiquiri.
That's life.
Which you have done so well.
You know what I say? That's Shenhua.
You did say that. It's funny the mic didn't pick it up.
Shenhua Zhang.
Joe's learning Chinese. She's doing a great job.
Right.
You know what we could do, guys, as a fucking collective here? Since we're all in this together, comment on her goddamn Chinese. Say something nice about Joe's Chinese. Is that too much to ask? I don't know what's too much to ask. We're providing you goddamn entertainment. I don't know, where are you driving? Where are you even going?
Where are we entertaining you on the way
Yeah,
to?
pull off the fucking highway and send a comment.
Leave a comment.
Do it while you're driving. It's fine. Tell them I said it's fine.
The police will understand when they know it's for sugar.
Oh, is it a Sugar Facts podcast?
Oh,
Carry on.
Carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a school zone? They deserve it.
They deserve it, little fuckers. They can't afford Podbean, which is free, apparently, but whatever.
All right, now what do I do with this?
Is that sufficiently juicy?
It's so
and
liquidy.
Oh, it's so nice. Throw that on your berries. Oh, but you know what I mean. Like, you do it like you got to mix it. You got to make sure that shit is all evenly distributed. God, man, you were taken to this like a
Duck to the killing ground.
Yep. You're taken to this like a duck to the killing grounds.
That's it.
Sad, sad ducks on the sad, sad killing grounds. Okay, and I've got good news. Once you're done with this,
Yep.
you're done with that part of the procedure. We've only got essentially one step left.
Whoa, the cob.
The cob.
All right. How do I do that cob?
Glad you asked. You want to cobble? You ready to cobble?
I want to cobble.
Let's cobble. All right, so you've got your berry mix. That's all done,
That's
right?
been ready for a while.
Okay. Not too long, I hope.
The moving goalpost of this fucking recipe. You want it to be just about to boil. Well, how do I know? Well, when it's
Stick your finger
bubbling, it's too. You've gone too far.
It's too late. It's too late. Okay, here we go. Do you have another vessel that you can mix shit in? Jeez. Wow, just not really having a good time anymore. Just the way that you... Sorry. Sorry to be fun and your friend.
Sorry to want to enjoy spending time with you.
My bad. So sorry. Can you give me 200 grams of plain flour, please?
200. What is that? 200 cc's?
Yep. See how easy that is? Is it dry? Because I know how you are about wet measuring cups.
200 cc's of flour.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Great.
So what effect does baking powder have scientifically?
It puffs it up. This is not your mama's pie crust.
Okay.
This is like the cool pie crust from downtown.
Oh my god. Okay, next one. What's next?
Wait, where's the caster sugar I just asked you to make?
Oh. It's,
Where'd you put
I
that?
put it in the lemon zest. I asked you like 3 times. Hey, baby! Why do people just buy their food at the supermarket?
It is going
and at the restaurant.
Dude, you have no idea how good this is going to be. You have no idea. You have no idea. You know what? The people who are listening to this right now wish they could eat this when we're done with it.
Hey, people listening to it, why don't you get in the car, drive on down to the grocery store.
Don't do that. Don't listen to her.
Drive on down to the grocery store and go to the freezer section, and you'll find a selection of frozen.
Oh, really? You're gonna.
And then you're gonna buy that, and then you're just gonna pop that in the oven.
No.
And it'll be ready in like 20 minutes.
Really, you're gonna find a blackberry and blueberry cobbler with homemade custard.
I'll find something better because I'll find something that you couldn't make just in your own DIY situation. Here's my rule for life. If it's made in a factory, it's better.
Everything made in a factory is better.
If you can make something in your own kitchen, it's substandard.
It's bullshit, and you've wasted your time.
And that's coming from someone who runs her own DIY zine company, okay?
Oh, well, there you go. Bone dry. Bone
I'm making for the rest of my life.
dry.
Hey, vet? Yeah, go ahead and put Shalbu down.
I'm unable
Sorry.
to take care of him.
My dance card is full with this apple cobbler.
Notice how she said apple cobbler.
Yeah, because I'm still got trauma from the apple pie.
Yeah. And how was that? Amazing. Butter.
50 grams.
50 grams of butter, which, you know what? Pro tip, baking tip. Baking tip, number 7.
Dude.
It doesn't matter how much.
100 grams.
I know, it doesn't matter how much butter you put in. Put in as much butter as you want right now.
Should I put in 100 grams?
Definitely not, no. No, definitely not.
Well, that's how much butter is I want to put in right now?
Put in that much. Wait, can I see it? Oh. No. Stop.
You said put in as much as I want.
Okay, it's fine. Well, you know what? It's just more work for you.
Well, I'm quite drunk now.
All right. Same with the apple pie.
Crumble.
Yeah, like a bread, I mean, you get the basic concept, right? The basic concept is like the butter needs to be incorporated all over the place. The whole thing needs to be infused with butter from top to bottom, left to right, up and down.
North to south.
North to south, east to west.
Got it. I'm so drunk.
So funny, though.
How does this keep happening?
It is
I'm such a lightweight.
fucking...
God.
Well, I wouldn't call you a lightweight after... I mean, how many fucking drinks have we had tonight?
What's yours? Where is even your mild buzz?
Yeah.
I'm barely standing.
We had a fucking shot. We had a Midori sour. We had a fucking rum and whatever the fuck that was. No, we had the grapefruit thing with the tequila.
Yeah.
Like, we had a lot to drink.
Yeah.
We've had a lot to drink.
All right.
Okay, you fine with that?
Yeah.
Okay. In a separate bowl, I just need 1 egg, the whole egg.
The whole egg.
No separating anything. And 200 milliliters of yogurt. You're going to get a really wet dough. But here's the thing.
What do you mean? I can't get it any more wet than the amount of liquid that I actually have.
Look, we're not here for philosophy, all right? Philosophy with Joe.
But anyway, in this kitchen, there's no gripping and grapping and groping.
No griping and grousing and grouping.
No gripping and groping. We're just happy to be here.
Happy fun time bakery. Happy time.
Happy to be here.
If it's too wet, throw in a little more flour. You know? Nobody's the boss here.
Yeah, but see, every time you've said that, you've backtracked by questioning every one of my decisions. When you're like, here's a baking tip. There's no such thing as too much butter. And I was like, cool, can I put more butter in? You're like, no.
If it's too wet, pour more flour in, obviously. I mean, I feel like that's one of those things that goes without saying here in baking land.
With my history of overpouring, I'm doing this.
Don't make it too dry though, because we want this to be.
Once again, you and your fucking goalposts.
That's That's fair.
Why is it so wet? It's almost like
it's super wet, right?
Something.
More flour is what we've
missed something if it's this wet, even after I've added more flour.
Needs to be very pliable, but not a soup.
I just feel like I shouldn't be having to add this much extra. A top up is fine, but this is like doubling the quantity of the materials.
That's what you think.
That's what that's what I think because I'm the one doing it. No, oh my God.
I mean, you want to be able to work with it, but don't overwork it. Also,
do you hear yourself?
I'm just saying.
Do you hear yourself?
Don't overwork it. Put it in little dollops. Little.
It's little. What do you want?
Exactly. Just cobblestones. It's a cobbler. But, yeah, okay. Well, don't be sarcastic about it. Respect the cobbler.
Do you know how hard this is right now?
I don't know why are you pouring everything on that fucking weird devil in the middle.
Because I don't want it to be 2 pies. I want it to be 1 pie.
No, I like your spatial reasoning. I like your spatial
what about this
reasoning.
It's going to look even slightly like cobbles? Nothing. Shit.
This is shit. I'm never eating dessert again.
I wonder if we're going to discover something amazing about really gooey crust.
We are.
And what's your theory?
Baking soda.
What do you say?
Baking soda.
What about it?
It's going to puff that up like little biscuity light clouds of pleasure.
Okay. The fact that it's gone on all gooey, you're okay with this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Gooier the better.
So why did I put like flour in?
So you could do what you just did. You can't ruin this. You can't ruin this. Not even you can ruin this.
How fucking dare I'm at 100% accuracy and success rate. Okay, so
put it in the oven.
just put it in.
And let's live our lives.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. 35 to 40 minutes. So you got to get that right.
We get 30 minutes.
Well, 35 to 40 is what I just said. So.
I know, but I feel like you don't want to check in on it.
Okay, good. I like it. Great. Fantastic.
Jesus.
One eternity later.
That you didn't get any custard. Use the spoon. Okay, anyway. So,
Love
Brian, I would like to actually now tell you my sugar fact.
I'm curious as to why it took so long.
I don't know, we were chatting, I decided to make cobbler and...
Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way.
No worries.
It's good, right?
You know what I'm like in the kitchen. A whiz.
A whiz. So what's your sugar pack, Joe?
Mine is brief but informative. Sugar does not spoil.
That's bullshit.
It has no expiry date.
Sugar.
Sugar.
What do you when you say sugar? What do you mean?
Sugar.
Okay, that's what I thought. No expiration.
No
date.
expiration date. It's
7 years.
fine. It's
10
fine.
years.
It's fine.
15 years.
It doesn't have an expiry date.
32.
It's like honey, dude.
Don't step on my sugar pack.
What's yours?
About the on-expiration date of honey.
No, it's not.
I'm not even kidding.
Tell me what your sugar pack is.
I'm not even kidding.
Right.
No. Continue
Tell
with
it to
yours.
me.
Continue
I don't
with
know
yours.
more than that.
That was it?
That's the fact.
Sugar doesn't expire.
Correct.
Unassailable fact.
Correct.
Like, there's no question I can ask that's going to chip away at that armor.
I Googled it. Google said that. And that's my fact.
Okay.
What's your Google fact? Your sugar fact.
That's my Google fact. Interestingly enough, my sugar fact is honey never spoils.
I knew it. Yeah, I can show you mine if we can show you screens.
I'll show you my screen.
I'll show you my screen.
When sealed in an airtight, can we just do it? We should read them at the same time.
Yeah. Sugar
When
doesn't
sealed in an airtight
spoil.
container,
It has
honey is
no
one of the few
expiration
foods known to have an
date.
eternal
Sugar.
shelf life. Oh, but I go on, don't I? There are even reports of edible honey being found in several 1,000-year-old
Yeah, and the
Egyptian
fucking pyramids. I know.
Yeah, I think
read
you're
the
confusing
same-
honey with sugar.
I read the same
Honey's
textbook.
longevity can be explained by its chemical makeup.
I read the same textbook
The
as a
substance
kid. Okay.
is naturally acidic and low in moisture,
So long.
making it an inhospitable environment for bacteria. This is great. You're gonna love this. How do you feel about bees? Fan? Foe?
Faux.
Okay, well then you're not gonna love it as much.
Faux and bow.
Foe and bow. A lot of hard work from bees goes in by imbuing honey with these magical properties. Magical properties. They actually are magical.
They actually said you plagiarized, and now you're like, they.
While transforming nectar. Oh, this is actually amazing.
Okay.
I don't even need to read it. Send the fucking thing off. So when bees go out, right? You know how that works, right?
They fly.
They fly. They go into
Flowers.
Thank you. And they get the
nectar
from
Good.
the.
I was hoping this would go longer.
You know what?
Gotta face my nemesis, dogs. No, go on. The nectar.
Oh my god! Really? All right. So they go within the nectar. Anyway, so what happens is the bees' wings buzz. The bees' wings beat so fast that they draw out the moisture from the nectar.
Definitely didn't know that. That's nuts.
Right?
Yeah.
Their wings are flapping so fast. They draw out the nectar. They draw out the moisture from the nectar, thus imbuing the resultant honey with magical properties, which renders it basically like immune to bacteria because there's no moisture left. Because they're little.
Because the bee honey wings.
Yeah.
Bee wings.
Bee wings.
So if you had a refrigerator just made with the power of bee wings,
it would be cold as fuck.
And there would be no.
Not even a drip.
Your food would be fine.
Your fridge would be dry as
Antarctica.
Which is a very dry place.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys missed that. That was such a self-satisfied little smile. It's like, I know how dry Antarctica is.
I remember that from when I was 12.
Okay, anyway, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Sugar Facts episode
10, 11.
No, 10. This has been 10.
That's it. That's it.
11 or 10.
One of the double digits.
One of them.
Our first double digits.
Well,
all right, let's
11.
all.
Thanks for listening. Hey, where can they find us though?
They can find us on Beanfacts. Beanfacts.pod.
Yep.
Beanfacts.pod.
Sounds familiar, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
So Joe is just like eating my entire dessert. But trying to do it in a really subtle way where she's just like, no, that's your zone. I'm still in my zone over here. Oops, I dipped into yours. Well, there's nothing left in my zone. Thanks for listening. And remember, as always,
like us in real life. As Bob said, haha, that's fucking hilarious, or whatever he said.
He did say that.
You
guys heard it. She's not making that up.
No,
that's not bullshit. It's like yeah.
Bob,
by the way, is our paid consultant.
Yeah, he's into it, but for a fee.
All right.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Bye.